The Wednesday Night Info Show.
Good evening. Tonight's guitar is the Mark V Mini from Vox, available through Reverb, through the Roland site, as well as the Vox Amps USA site. I'm able to find it for around $160 at the time of this recording, although you can pay more for it if you like. It has a very unique body shape. This is called a phantom body shape, and you would think that it wouldn't fit in your lap easily, but the point rests very comfortably right on your leg. And if you happen to have a gut, it actually helps it a little bit. You do have to kind of stabilize it with your right hand, but that's fine. The bridge is able to have the intonation set. It is a string through, so to some they say that it has a little bit better resonance. It comes with 12s, so you can set it up very easily to play E to E. I have 10s on it. With some of the other minis, if you put 10s on it, you need to go G to G. This one seems to hold E to E just fine. It's a Purple Heart fretboard, 19 frets, 18.7 inch scale length. It has two single coil pickups, which are squared off, and I'll show you the backs of those in a minute, with a 3-position switch, single volume, single tone. Basically, it's the 5th fret up on a standard guitar. If you want to know what it feels like, just throw a capo on your 5th fret. As far as maintenance, like I said, out of the box, all of the Vox guitars that I've picked up have been great. I have not had a problem with fret sprout. I haven't had a problem with frets needing to be reset or to be pounded in or shaved down or anything. I'm really kind of shocked considering I've had 4 of them and had no issues with any of them. As far as the forgiveness of this guitar, it is a smaller guitar, so the spacing in the frets is smaller, particularly when you get up above the 12th fret. So you have to be very precise as far as your finger placement goes. You do not have to have great dexterity to play a wide-spreaded chord on it. You also don't have to have a whole lot of hand strength. So if you happen to have difficulty with your hands, as I do, this might be a reasonable alternative for you to look at. I didn't have any problems with the thicker strings getting caught in the nut, but I did also find that thinner strings seem to stay in tune a little better, which kind of shocked me. It's an absolutely fantastic guitar. Now, as far as modifications go, let me show you what's under the hood. As I take the pick guard off, the first thing most guitarists pay attention to is the ceramic magnet bar across the back of the pickups. What they probably wouldn't notice right away is that inside the corner of each one, the pickups are actually squared off, which is very strange. As I clean it, I also notice that there's a 16 mark on the back of the pots. They're 16 millimeter pots. The 3-position switch is actually fairly common for this type of guitar. I'll keep the standard stuff. So if you can get a tone out of it that you like, you're probably better off to stay with the ceramic pickups that are squared off on the edges than you are to change it out. Now, if you want to do a more extensive mod, like putting in humbucking pickups or filtertrons or something along those lines, you'll notice that the channels are not wide enough, so you're going to have to do some hacking as well as some pickguard adaptation. Would I buy another one? Yes. Would I give this as a gift? Absolutely. Would I modify it? I haven't gotten into that yet because I haven't been able to find an Alnico 3 or Alnico 2 in that squared off shape that's within the price point that I'm looking for. I have almost bought another one of these, but I don't like the antique white or the red in this particular guitar, and I'm not ready to rip it apart and have Keith repaint it Carolina blue. Now, some weird things about this guitar, actually, as far as other Voxes go, you're going to find the top strap peg right here where the neck meets it. It's a bolt-on neck, by the way, with the block and not a smooth transition. But you're going to find the strap button there, and the strap button on the back is actually at an angle headed up as opposed to on the point or rounded off. That doesn't really make a difference as far as how it holds together or how the strap tends to stay on it. The body size is likable to a Mini. It is this phantom shape, kind of like a Superman emblem. Feel free to repaint it. And one of the really strange things about this that I did not expect is that it is actually cut, if I can get the reflection, it's actually contoured. So it's very, very odd. You would think that it would sit on your lap this way and still have that belly cut, which, as I mentioned before, I have a belly. All right, so let's talk about all 4 Vox guitars. Now, each of them has their own strong point, and for this, I'm going to bring in my assistant. You see the Vox SDC1s, the antique white and the red. As far as ranking the 4 Vox guitars that I have, I would rank them 3 and 4. And the reason is they come with a single mini humbucking pickup. And in order to get the sounds that I liked out of them and in order to use them, I had to modify those pick guards, put in that extra mini humbucker and the 3-position switch. I also think that point may be moot because they've discontinued them. Now, as far as the Vox 5, Mark 5 Mini and Mark 3 Mini, they're very, very similar guitars. Similar electronics, same pickup, same neck, same basic feel. The main difference is their appearance and the body shape, except for one vital thing. The Mark 3 has the switch for the pickups between the volume knob and the tone knob. The Mark V has the switch in front of the volume knob. So if you're a Strat player and you're used to flipping that switch really, really quickly while you play, the Vox Mark V Mini is easier to do that than the 3. If you play Telecasters or different guitars where the pickup switch is located in other places, the Mark III may be the way to go because it's actually cheaper. But when it comes to all 4 of these guitars, right out of the box, I would definitely go with the Mark V Mini. No, I have to amuse myself. Be sure to watch out for Saturday Play in the Park with the Vox Mark V Mini this weekend.
Brought to you by the good folks of the Mini Guitar Society. Hey!